Hello, my name is Kellen Neerum. I'm a patient services representative at UPMC. In this presentation, I'll be going over occult participation and its impact on adolescents, and this is relevant in some clinical subjects, as we will find when we go into the experiment a little bit. I'll give you a brief overview of the presentation. We're going to dive into the experiment, and we're going to look at the results of that, some of the psychosocial factors that some of the subjects were experiencing, what happens when they're leaving the cult, and what we can do now. So let's dive into the experiment. So in this experiment, we had a total of 50 subjects, half and half were clinical and non-clinical, and they aged from 12 to 19. So we're trying to figure out, is there a connection with clinical teens and occult participation, substance abuse, self-esteem, and psychosocial factors? And we're measuring these by using various scales, such as the Adolescent Magic Questionnaire for occult participation, Drug and Alcohol Assessment Scale, Rosenberg Self-Esteem Scale. Those will be the main ones. And so the subjects basically just took all these surveys in one booklet with about 2-hour time limit, even though on average it took them only about an hour. And we had therapists supervising all the testing. So we're going to look at the results here, and as we can see, clinical subjects scored high in occult participation, drug abuse, and psychosocial factors, and they scored particularly low in self-esteem, where the clinical or non-clinical subjects had high self-esteem, high to average self-esteem, low occult participation, low drug abuse, and low psychosocial factors. So let's dive into what exactly some of these psychosocial factors are. Some of them include less positive feelings about their future, their religion, and school. They have fewer social repercussions against chemical use, so that kind of encourages them to, abuse the chemicals even more, which is terrible. They also have a less of a desire to be what society deems to be a good person. And now we're going to go into leaving the occult, because they do run into a lot of problems trying to get out of it when they realize, it's being a detriment to their life and they want to get better. They run into a lot of problems. It's very difficult to do so. They experience withdrawal symptoms. They might have insomnia, delusions, seeing hallucinations, and violent emotional outbursts. They also experience loneliness, depression, and they usually don't have a support system because that system was the occult, and now that they're leaving, they kind of left that behind them. They also develop trust issues because of the occult. So what exactly can we do now? Well, we can look into these issues of these patients. Some clinical patients might have more problems than just what they're telling you. It's important to dive into those issues so that we can try and solve them, see why they're a problem in the first place, and try to prevent them for other patients. But we have to remember to approach these with caution. They can be very sensitive subjects, so you want to have them, if you can, get them open up to you so that they feel comfortable to talk about it. And we just have to keep in mind that it's a learning process. We're going to have to take a lot of time to delve into these issues and learn how to solve them and follow a path to recovery. It's going to be difficult, but it's going to take time, but we can definitely do it. And that's about all. Thank you for your time. And last but not least, I will show the sources so you can see the experiment. But once again, thank you for taking the time to listen to this.